Do you know what Toastmasters is? If you do, great. If you don't, no worries because I'll explain it really quick. Okay, so Toastmasters is not only about this, and it is not about this. Toastmasters is actually a non-profit educational organization that operates clubs worldwide for the purpose of promoting communication, public speaking, and leadership. It truly gives a safe environment where your personal development becomes everyone's goal. And it is not just for beginners like me or for professional speakers who seek a professional career in the speaking industry. No, it is for everyone. For example, a really quick Google search on famous Toastmasters will give you these results. You see, Tim Allen is a well-known actor and comedian. But does he speak? He surely does. Okay, now are you curious for more? Well, I am passionate about this, and being a member for over 1 year now, I can sit here and talk to you until tomorrow about all the benefits that I've got from being a Toastmaster and participating actively in the weekly meetings. But I really wanted to give you some time to sleep as well. So I'll keep it short today. So in today's video, you'll see a small part of our regular Toastmasters meeting. And if you want to know more and the complete structure, please let me know and I'll be really happy to give you some more information on this. Okay, let's get to it. So usually, the first part of a Toastmasters meeting is prepared speeches, where a member will deliver a speech prepared in advance, and usually this takes from 5 to 7 minutes. Now, in the third part of the same meeting, the speaker will be evaluated by an assigned evaluator. Now, here is the interesting part and really useful because it gives the opportunity to receive immediate feedback and to improve based on that. Okay, so today you'll see me delivering a speech and then you'll see my speech being evaluated. And my evaluator today is one of the members that founded Pro Toastmasters Club based in Las Vegas, which I am a really proud member of today. Kathy began her career in corporate America in the hospitality industry, where she gave 22 years of service to her customers and employees. She spent her early years as a first-time manager waiting for the perfect moment to participate in conversation. Feeling like an imposter, not deserving her position or seat at the table, and apologizing every time she received accolades. She eventually became a successful and respected leader as a result of a lot of hard work, making valuable mistakes, and with the mentorship and coaching of leaders who took her under their wing. Kathy has been a Toastmaster for 6 years. She has earned Toastmaster designation of Advanced Leader Bronze and Advanced Communicator Silver. Now, while I am getting ready to jump on the special stage from where I will deliver my speech, I'll let Kathy tell you a little bit about our educational program called Pathways. Now, I return contact of this video to you, Kathy.
Warren Buffett once said, if you can't communicate and talk to other people and get across your ideas, you're giving up your potential. What does being a better speaker mean to you? In what area of your life your business or your career, do you want to be a more effective communicator? Cristina, thank you for trusting me to help you with this awesome project. Toastmasters offers 11 different pathways as a part of our educational system. What that means is when you join, you can choose one of these 11 pathways based on your personal goals and objectives for becoming a member. Now, if you struggle choosing one of the 11, we have an online assessment that you can take, and it will suggest 2 pathways, and then you can choose one of those, or you can go back to the 11 and choose any of the 11 that are offered. Do you want to learn presentation mastery? Or how about become more humorous in your speaking and presentations? Would you like to up your influence or be a more effective communicator as a coach or team leader? Or how about be seen, or is it heard, as a visionary? These are just some of the paths that Pathways offers. There is a pathway for everyone, and probably several for everyone. Speaking is just like every other expertise. It can be learned. It just takes intention and practice. And that's exactly what Cristina has been doing with a speech on leadership that she's been developing. She has been presenting this speech to our club. She takes the feedback that she gets from the evaluator, and then she comes back and does the speech again after incorporating that feedback. And each time the speech has gotten better and better. The speech you're about to see is a level 2 speech from the pathway of innovative planning. The project is understanding your leadership style. Her objectives for this speech are to connect with the audience and do that with eye contact through the camera, and to use some vocal variety. And then she also said, anything else I want to give her feedback on, to please do so. So about Cristina, she enjoys traveling around the world, but at the same time, she enjoys staying connected to those people closest to her heart. She loves communities where individuals collaborate and team up and build momentum. Do these characteristics define her leadership style, or is it just one flavor of her leadership style cocktail? Let's invite her to tell us more about it. Help me welcome Cristina Stefan, Leadership Style Cocktail.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Leadership is the ability to get extraordinary achievements from ordinary people. Brian Tracy. Understanding my leadership style has been a challenge for me in the past few days, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. I would start by mentioning which is the difference between a leader and a manager, because most of the time these two terms are considered the same, while there is quite a difference between them. So a leader is someone that has people following him, while a manager has people working for him. Now, honestly, before this assignment, I did not think too much of my leadership style. Maybe because I was not really in charge of officially leading a team. This happened just in high school when I was the head of the class, like 10 years ago. I don't know how much that counts now. At that point, I was able to name like 3 or 4 types of leadership. But once I hopped on Google, I figured out that there are actually more, like 7, 8, even 9 and 10 on some websites. This suddenly became a little complicated but interesting, and honestly, it got my curiosity to understand my leadership style. So I've got to do the Pathways assignment, and I took the leadership quiz. Very confident that in few minutes I will know for sure what an exact type of a leader I am. But surprise! In a matter of minutes, I've got an answer that, for a little bit, confused me more. Why? Because from a list of 8 styles, 7 of them for me were almost a 7-way tie. What do I mean by that? So my top leadership style is democratic with 24 points. Then I have coaching and altruistic with 22 points. Then I have innovative with 21 points. And so on. The difference between them being just 1 point. Now I'm like, is this cocktail good? Is this cocktail bad? Should I be happy or should I be concerned? Back to the research to see what the experts say about this. And I mostly listen to the 2 gurus when it comes to leadership. Simon Sinek and Brian Tracy. And they basically say that leadership is a choice. As a good leader, you make people feel safe. You allow them to follow you because they want to, giving you the permission to guide them. A good leader has a clear vision about the world that doesn't exist. They develop their own faith and find ways to motivate others to trust the process, which will get the whole team to a final objective. Now, as people have different personalities, the same applies to the situations they are in. For example, in a team with new or unexperienced members, a democratic leader will boost their confidence by giving them the permission for participation. In the same time, an autocratic leader can damage their loyalty and initiative. A good leader needs to be flexible, to have the ability to fill the room and to get the best results out of the people he's working with. Also, a good leader should have many outfits, like a democratic, a coaching, an altruistic, maybe autocratic, or even transformational, but to know which one to choose when getting dressed in the morning. Now, going back to my leadership style, come with me. Turn out that my cocktail of leadership is pretty tasty. Knowing that I have a handful of styles that I can apply in different situations relaxed me a bit. Yes, sometimes it can be sweet, sometimes it can be sour, sometimes it can be bitter or even salty. But as long as I'm staying away from a hangover, I guess it's all good. Madam Toastmaster?
Cristina, I loved the speech. Awesome job. It was very well thought out and it followed a logical sequence, really easy to follow from an audience point of view. I loved the scenery. Why not think outside the box, right? Rather than using some Zoom background, you actually gave us a real scenery to look at. And you did a great job making eye contact with the camera, which is not easy to do in this virtual environment. And I know that was one of your objectives, and you did a great job making eye contact. To make the speech better, I have a couple suggestions. First, I would start with the Brian Tracy quote. And I would do it as if you're channeling Brian Tracy. So when you do that, you'll also create more vocal variety. So stand tall, shoulders back, be Brian Tracy, and start that quote, leadership is the ability. And that will help with that vocal variety that you were looking for. And then you can transition back into your normal speaking voice and speaking style. I would also recommend that if you're going to use gender as a reference, that you use both him and her. So you're giving equal attention to both genders instead of just using the word him. And then I would also suggest avoid telling us what you're going to tell us and just tell us. So let me give you an example. You said something to the effect of, I will start with the difference. A better transition would be, in my research, I learned there is an important difference. So this is a smoother transition, and it actually gives you more credibility as a speaker because you're sharing the fact that you actually did the research. And then one more recommendation for improvement. I know you had me mention the leadership cocktail or cocktail in the introduction of you as a speaker. I would bring that cocktail analogy in earlier in the speech, tie it in and use it as something that kind of ties all the different points together. It's a great way to help people remember the speech. And I love the ending, so I wouldn't want you to lose that. So just bring that up earlier. And then personally, I would lose the outfit because you don't really talk about that throughout the speech. And it may be one more analogy than you need to make that speech memorable. Overall, awesome speech. I absolutely loved it. I love that you did so much research, that you really know this topic well, and you do come across as an expert in the leadership styles and how to look at them in a different perspective. That perspective can definitely make life easier for people that are working on their own personal leadership style. And isn't that why we share ideas? To make life easier on our audience. I am looking forward to seeing this speech again and again. Each iteration gets better. Congratulations, Cristina.